Morning everyone, how you doing? It's Chris here, and Sen on my left.
Hi, I'm Sen, and we're going to just talk briefly about a commercial property we bought just about a year ago. So to give a quick bit of introduction to it, we were building a rent-to-rent service accommodation business, wanted to purchase property and wanted to purchase commercial property. So we had briefed our virtual assistant on how to source guest houses that were for sale. So having run through the process with her, she successfully identified a property that was for sale that wasn't immediately obvious on Rightmove because it was being sold through an independent commercial broker, sent us the brochure details. We saw it looked like a great opportunity just based on the pure bricks and mortar price of it. To give you some context of it, we operate just outside of Edinburgh, and we had looked at doing a rent-to-rent deal to maybe transition into purchasing a guest house that was about 5 bedrooms just outside Edinburgh, worth upwards of 550k.
Yeah.
So that's really expensive bricks and mortar. This property that our virtual assistant found, 5-bedroom guest house with 11 beds in it, on the market for offers over 185.
185. I think it was offers over 190.
Offers over 190, yeah. So it looked like it was pretty turnkey. We went to go and visit the property. The owner, who'd been running it as a semi-bed and breakfast, but she wasn't live-in, she was just tired of running the property. But we could see all it needed was gut out the old furniture, put in nice new stuff, and we could start operating it as service accommodation. Just to point out, in Scotland, we have use class 7, which is the commercial use class for guest houses, boarding houses, hotels. This is the use class it's been since 2007, but it was a house that was converted into this. Do you want to talk a bit about numbers?
Yeah, okay, so as we touched on there, so we managed to get the place for 185 after a bit of negotiation down from 190. This one wasn't one that needed a lot of conversions as such. We bought this because we saw an opportunity to get it operating really quickly. So we bought at 185. We got it set up, and I think we took our first guest maybe a couple of weeks after getting the keys. So it's very quick to get operating. Give you some context on the numbers over a 12-month period. So from July to July, we operated, I think it was 311 nights?
318?
318 nights?
Out of 365 from the July to July period.
That's it. So yeah, 87% occupancy over the course of a year. Generally longer term bookings, so keep all our general monthly overheads down. The numbers on that worked out at 73,000 turnover for the year gross, which equates to about 3,000 a month net profit. So that's worked out really well for us, that one. Again, it's one that we haven't had to put too much investment into other than getting it fitted out and set up. So it's worked quite well.
And the way we financed that one, for those who are interested, was with none of our own money. We bought it with joint venture finance for the deposit, and the rest of the finance was made up with a bridging loan, very expensive at 15%, but our cash flow was such that we could service that. Within the year, we refinanced using the commercial lender, a new bank in the market, Redwood. They gave us 70% loan to value on the bricks and mortar, so valued up this year at 200k. 70% loan to value, and we've left a smaller amount of JV finance in that we service at an interest that they're happy with. There's still none of our own money left in, and we're cash flowing the property really effectively, serving contractors in our area. So that's the strategy that we're using. And now Chris and I are actually looking for shops and uppers, the strategy that Paul advocates and teaches, where we can develop both. We'll have a diversified income of shops plus service accommodation up top. So that's what we're really excited about moving into now.
Yeah, getting the benefit of long-term tenants on the ground floor in the commercial, and then having serviced accommodation units specifically above.